Today we are discussing the interview questions and answers for AWS Certified SysOps Administrator Associate. You can download the complete list of AWS-based questions from the link provided in the description. Our interview question based on SysOps Administrator Associate is: how do you implement cross-region replication for Amazon S3 buckets? Your answer should be cross-region replication for Amazon S3 buckets can be implemented by enabling versioning on the source and destination buckets, configuring replication rules to specify which objects to replicate and to which destination, and ensuring appropriate permissions and encryption settings for data replication. Our next interview question is: what are AWS instance store volumes and how do they differ from Amazon EBS volumes? Your answer should be AWS instance store volumes are ephemeral storage volumes that are physically attached to the underlying EC2 instance. They provide temporary block-level storage that is lost when the instance is stopped or terminated. Amazon EBS volumes, on the other hand, are persistent block storage volumes that can be detached from and reattached to instances, providing durable storage that persists independently of instance lifecycle. Our next interview question is: how do you optimize cost and performance for Amazon EC2 instances? Your answer should be cost and performance for Amazon EC2 instances can be optimized by selecting appropriate instance types based on workload requirements, leveraging spot instances or reserved instances for cost savings, monitoring and right-sizing instances for optimal utilization, and implementing auto-scaling to dynamically adjust capacity based on demand. Our next interview question is: what is AWS Key Management Service KMS and how does it help with encryption key management? Your answer should be AWS Key Management Service KMS is a managed service that allows you to create, import, rotate, and manage encryption keys used to encrypt data stored in AWS services and applications. It provides centralized key management, integration with AWS services, and audit trails for key users. Our next interview question is: how do you configure AWS CloudWatch alarms for monitoring resource metrics? Your answer should be AWS CloudWatch alarms can be configured to monitor resource metrics such as CPU utilization, network traffic, and disk space, and trigger actions based on predefined thresholds or conditions. You can configure alarms to send notifications via Amazon SNS, trigger auto-scaling actions, or execute AWS Lambda functions in response to alarm state changes. Our next interview question is: what is AWS Code Deploy and how does it facilitate application deployment? Your answer should be AWS Code Deploy is a deployment service that automates the process of deploying applications to EC2 instances, Lambda functions, or on-premises servers. It allows you to define deployment configurations, specify deployment groups, and automate rolling updates or blue-green deployments with minimal downtime. Our next interview question is: how do you implement access control and permissions management in AWS IAM? Your answer should be access control and permissions management in AWS IAM can be implemented by creating IAM users, groups, and roles with granular permissions using IAM policies, defining least privilege principles, enabling multi-factor authentication MFA, and regularly reviewing and auditing IAM policies for compliance. If you are preparing for any AWS based certifications, you can download the complete list of valid, tried and tested questions and answers from the link provided in the description below.